Hey everyone, how's it going? I know it's in the middle of the week, so it's not a Mitch's minute. I promise. It's no one else is here. It's just me. I just kind of wanted to talk about some stuff real quick because I wanted to. And that's the beauty of running a YouTube show. You could just do whatever the fuck you want half the time and see how it goes. So without getting into too much, month of September historically sucks for your buddy Mitch. It's not great. But what I find is by working on stuff, I can kind of, keep my mind focused on stuff that's happening, goals for the future, and the things that I'm really excited for. And so today, after putting it off since the start of Save Point City, back in July, after putting it off for so long, I decided to finally sit down and set up the Kofi. If you look down in the description down below, at the very bottom, you'll find a little link, and that is the new Kofi. And we are no longer using Patreon. And I kind of wanted to do this tiny little announcement video so that you kind of had this idea of why we were doing it and why we were changing it. So it's not like there's no scandal. Patreon's amazing. It's still super good. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like why we changed it, So first and foremost, to every person who ever supported me on Patreon, thank you so much. If you could do me a favor, if some of you have Discord, just send me a private message. And if you want to, I was kind of thinking I would make like a list of usernames and stuff that supported the show and put that on the main page, because I think that'd be really nice. To all my patrons, you guys were, and still are, I don't know why I said were, you guys are the best, you guys help support the show. Half the games on the show we couldn't even play if it wasn't for you. And I just wanted to say real quick, you guys are the best. Over the last couple of years, we've had a Patreon ever since we did Persona 5. We did a Patreon so that we could try to afford some of the things that we were missing, whether it was microphone setups, whether it was trying to fix computers, whether it was a hard drive and stuff. You guys supported the show and made it made it great. You guys built the show with us. Every cent I got from the Patreon, I would always put it into, let me put it this way. I have this I have this controller that I keep as a keepsake. It's one of the controllers we used all the way back when we started this Patreon back up in Persona 5. And if you can't hear it, but it is a torn up controller because I've moved so many times in the last couple of years that it's like the D-pad sticky from just like accidentally getting like something in it. And the trigger, like one of the trigger springs is broken. And then I have like right next to it on my PC, I have this little golden one that the Patreon helped me get. Because we needed a new controller for Kingdom Hearts 3 and for some of the stuff we wanted to do. So before we go any further and talk about Kofi and all the cool things that like that has to offer with that, I just wanted to say thank you so much. You guys are like the best. You guys are absolutely the best. I know here at Save Point City, we don't have as many subscribers as some of the other YouTube channels, but I don't really care. You guys are like the best. I have some of the best fans, and some of my best fans are some of my best friends. This has been like a really fun journey for me. And I want to try to make this work for all of us without me feeling like a complete piece of shit. So the reason why we're switching from Patreon to Kofi is because every month you guys would hand me some, like 10 or 5 or whatever, the good goop, galaxy goop, all that stuff. You guys would hand me stuff, and I couldn't give you guys anything in return. And I know that it's your choice. Austin always made it very clear that, when I felt bad about it, that, it was your guys' choice. You guys wanted to support the show, and I'm so grateful for that. But I still felt bad because other Patreons, like, they gave you guys, like, like, here's some not safe for work art. Do you want to see the furry porn you so desperately crave? Like, that shit like that. They gave you updates on videos. They, gave you, like, exclusive shit. And because of the format of Save Point City and Velvet Room Gaming back couple, in the beginning of the year, we couldn't do that for you. Because what happens is every Sunday, from 11 o'clock to about 2, 3, or 4, depending on the day. From that point in the day, what happens is we meet up every day. We meet up every Sunday at 11. We record. Lately, it's been Fire Emblem, so it's 11 o'clock in the morning for me, 8 o'clock in the morning for Amanda, and 2 or 1 o'clock in the morning for Nate. And we go for a few hours and we just like pump them out. So we record like the 5 episodes that you guys get every week in that span. That's why at the beginning of some of the Fire Emblem episodes, I'm like, it's a happy Monday. Like, we time it. We know what's coming up. We know what's going to happen. And then for Danganronpa, it's kind of the opposite because Nate likes to take chunks and kind of, go with them. So we have an idea of how we want it to work and how we want it to go. But most of the time, like, even though we have like a whole back archive of series that haven't even come out yet, Gangmudo has recorded almost 2 complete series. and we haven't had the time to put her up. It's this thing where it's like we're trying to keep up and we're trying to do all this stuff, and we can't give you guys exclusives because we're barely making ends meet here. Sometimes every week, like trying to get it all out. So I couldn't do that. I also couldn't do the here. Let me show you the progress of how the video goes. But what would I show you? Because it's me dragging a video file into this is the hard work I put into this thing, and I made the intro piece that I use in every video. And then I just drag the video portion in, make the end credit bit, and then like maybe every now and then chop up some stuff. I can't give that to you. Like, it would be boring. You would see the exact same thing every fucking time. And the third thing was the third idea was that, I'd let you guys vote on stuff, but then I remember like trying it once or twice, and I realized that because of how Patreon works, it's not a very active platform. It's one of those things where it's like I'll put something up and then I'll get like maybe 1 or 2 of you, and even then we have like 1,700 subscribers. And the Patreon has like about like it was like 10 at some point, and we'd get a couple votes, but like out of those 10, it would be 2 votes. So like, and then I'm like, oh, okay, and it's because Patreon sometimes doesn't send the emails and stuff, So all that being said, Patreon works really great if you're like an artist that like draws, or you spend like like a month on your video and you're like, here's my progress, and like some channels like when you see Red Letter Media or some of the other channels that do it, like they have videos that come out not every day. It's not as sporadic as our schedule is. So I found as we were talking to different content creators and talking to different people, that Kofi seemed like the best format for this. And so what I kind of wanted to go over real quick is some of the things that Kofi had to offer and kind of some of the stuff that I'm looking forward to seeing if this works. So for those at home who don't really know too much about Kofi, it's either Kofi or Kofi. And there's a link in the description of the video at the very bottom. I will also put it like at the top, maybe later. And what it is it's a site that you can go to, and the concept is, hey, it's a tip jar. If you like our content, donate a little bit to the tip jar. And it's something where you guys can help us, still do the same thing as Patreon. It's just not every month, Like, let's say, you can, like, throw, like, $3 or something like that. Or, like, some shit like that. Like, let's say, like you laughed and you're like, oh, that's funny. well, hey, I have $3, you know, and you can like, you'd be like, well, these guys are funny. Here you go, laughing man, make me laugh some more. I don't fucking know. It's very awkward when it's just me. Like, I need other people to work off of, and clearly I'm melting right now because this room's fucking hot. But the nice thing about Kofi, is one, it has like an actual feed and stuff. So like, I'll go ahead and like, Amanda makes tons of images, and what I was thinking is I could throw some up there. I could make some like dumb meme shit, like sometimes like take screenshots of the horrible edits I've made. But the really nice thing about Kofi is, unlike Patreon, where you were giving like the cash, or like you were giving the funds to help us do something, and I always kind of said like, oh, you know, it's a controller, oh, you know, it's this. I can actually set goals. So the first goal that we have on Kofi is Pokemon Sword and Shield. So Pokemon Sword and Shield, I thought like, hey, that's a game we really want to do. This is something, you know, either way I'm getting it, but like, hey, this is like a fun way to be like, hey, this is what you're donating directly to. You can donate specifically to that goal. So, I don't know. I'm so bad at taking, like, I'm so bad at, like, at chilling out. It's why we'll never get sponsors. But I don't know. The point is that I just wanted to say thank you so much for all your support. I wanted to explain in a video that wasn't Mitch's Minute, like, why we did some things, why we changed some stuff over, why I decided to make an announcement video on 3 hours of sleep, post my iPhone shattering into 1,000 pieces, like literally like a couple hours ago. Like, I don't know. This was like the good way to kind of show it. So. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this little announcement. I kind of just wanted to make sure we were all, like, you know, on the same page with this. It's not that Patreon was bad or anything like that. There is no, like, oh, Mitchell hated Patreon. It's literally, I'm trying to think of a way to do this a little bit better that's fair to you and fair to me. Because, you know, well, I mean, everything's fair to me. No, maybe I shouldn't have said that part. We'll cut that part in post. No, the live stream post. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's videos. I will catch y'all another time, and yeah, cross your fingers, guys. I think in an hour we're about to record the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. I really hope that it's the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. So, wish us luck, guys. I'll catch you around, and, you know, thanks for watching. Alright, and OBS is hidden from me. I can't really find it right now. Fuck. Oh, here it is.